we're gonna talk about different options, what you guys building Web3 projects can do with Fiat on-ramp, right? So everybody knows what Fiat on-ramp is. Like, kind of, you can bring payments to a project, but the question is why? Why do you need it, and what kind of features you can build using an on-ramp working on your DeFi project? This is basically what we are going to talk about today. First, a little bit about me. Yeah, I started in 2013. Paybis is the first company I started to build with friends. I'm a co-founder. I'm more responsible for technical side of things, and now I'm responsible also for bringing our products to the market. And yeah, I always I'm so much excited about crypto industry because I think that crypto is the fastest innovating industry in the world, potentially, right now. So many people innovate, and we're here to support it. Few words about the company. Founded 11 years ago, 150 employees. Last year we did 2 million in the fiat volume. We have about 5 million retail users, more than 170 business partners already, which were integrated our solution. So we're kind of growing quite a lot. Now I'm going to give you a short glance about what a ramp actually is. There are many companies out there who provide such services, so I will just give you a short intro for those who don't understand. So in our case, Fiat on-ramp means that you can integrate something into your web app, your tab, your mobile application, and allow your users using your app to get into crypto. Right? So basically, to get into crypto, meaning to buy their first Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, whatever project you're working on. We support a lot of different payment methods. Like here, we have just a few most popular ones, like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Revolut, PayPal, and so on. We serve customers worldwide, including USA. We are MiCA compliant, and leveraging our license, we're actually able to serve customers without KYC up to certain threshold, so up to $1,000 per person per year. But this is more than enough to get your first experience in crypto, right? Because based on our statistics, and we have, based on our millions of our users, we see that in most cases, first-time customers are making the first purchase below $200. And using this experience, it allows them to make their first purchase as quick as possible, without any extra hassle, as we talked about before, just to make it easy, right? Without any extra complexities. This is kind of very great feature to get your first customers on board. And this is amazing for Web3 and DeFi. For centralized exchanges, we even have more features which make it easy for your customers, like shared KYC with our partners SumSub, also single sign-on, which basically eliminates several steps for your users. Now let's go and talk about different use cases, what you can build using our solution. The very simple use case that we're also going to talk about later today with our live coding session and the demo from our technical experts is the simplified button. Right? You are building a DeFi project. It could be a swap protocol, staking protocol, lending protocol, restaking, borrowing, whatever. There's so many things you can build, but you have an opportunity cost, right? When your users are visiting your website, and then, for example, you have three types of users. Let's say. First type of user is experienced Web3 user who comes to your platform, explores this, and starts using it right away. Then you have, let's say, another type of user like me, for example, who is crypto native, right? But I'm exploring a lot of different projects, and sometimes you want to try this DeFi project, right? But you don't have the right assets in your current, let's say, if you connect MetaMask, for example, in your current wallet, right? So you have I don't have my assets, staying around idling somewhere. They're always somewhere locked in DeFi projects, maybe centralized exchanges, somewhere some positions are open and so on. So you don't have a lot of maybe free funds to play around, but you want to explore specific project on specific chain, right? So for me, it's easy just to buy 50 euros or 100 euros on the native token of the project using Apple Pay and just try and play around with the project, right? If I like it, I move more funds into it. So with this simple option, right, you can experiment and see how many of your users would like to use your solution, right? Because whenever your users wants to get into crypto, they will use probably one of the wallets they are connected to the project with. In this case, you're like leaving the money on the table, because customers who wants to get into crypto, they will get it somewhere. In this case, with a minimum effort, you can allow your customers to buy crypto on your website, which will generate additional revenue for you. Plus, you will stick your customers to your project. It's like all in one place. You don't have to go elsewhere. And yeah, this is like example for one of our partners, right? We just put the buy sell button on the website. By clicking the button, they open our let's say widget or embedded solution in their inside their website. So customer stays on the same URL, customer stays within the same project. In this case, the example is Paybis branded solution, right? But it can be co-branded, it can be white labeled fully, and so on. We're going to talk about a bit more about it. But this is the example, like in 30 minutes, you can develop, put a buy button and see if your customers really use it. If they will use it, then you can build a more kind of a deeper experience for them. Here we're going to talk about the use case number 2, which is more deeper integration, which would require a bit of more time. We have our SDK ready, which was used in the first case. In this case, you can use your native interface. So this is another customer of ours. So they have built their own interface, right? Their own user experience with their own design. They used our API to get all the data, like number of payment methods that we support, cryptocurrencies that we support, fiat currencies that we support. They can do the quote, so customer can see how much he can get for, let's say, 400 euros. So they have their own user experience, right? And then they use us only when it comes to the actual payment. So when the customer actually decided what he wants to do and he's making a payment, then our solution is loaded, and this is like a fully white label solution. The customer still thinks that he is working with this project that he started to interact with, and he doesn't feel distracted, right? Because in most cases, what we see that people, when they start on one project, then this project redirects them to another project, go there and do something, maybe they are hesitant, maybe they are not sure, they don't feel secure. When they know your project, they like your project, they kind of get the full service from you guys, the conversion rate is higher. This is what we see based on our statistics. Another example, a fully integrated solution is Edge Wallet, one of the most popular wallets in US, I would say, based on the wallets that we see. So they have their own interface. They have a list of different payment methods that they show themselves with their own experience. And this is a mobile app, a mobile native app. So they get all the data from us. The customer says, I want to buy this amount of crypto and hold in this non-custodial wallet. But by the way, they get a price. They launch our solution inside their wallet. Customer makes a purchase. Voila, right? With the instant Apple Pay checkout, without KYC, it happens like in 2 minutes that you get a crypto into your wallet. Next use case is get, like how I call it, fiat your DEX. So to say, so usually, all the DEXs which are building and providing their services out there, again, they're focusing on Web3 native people, right? When somebody wants to exchange, swap one token to another token, maybe even cross-chain swap and so on. But even I had cases where, for example, I'm arriving on some DEX, I heard the news about some trending token that I want to buy, I connect my wallet, and I see that, okay, I don't have enough Ethereum on my wallet, but I want this coin right now. For example, in this case, I see that, okay, I have like 0.7, but I want to spend 1 Ethereum and get a lot of specific token, right? So what typically the interface shows, like, you don't have enough funds, right? So you're kind of missing the opportunity for the customer to actually, they will swap probably for the amount of funds they have. They will go and figure out where to get the more Ethereum and so on. I mean, you have an opportunity to monetize the desire of the customer right away, right here, by telling them that, guys, if you want to get more, swap more of Ethereum, just buy it here right away without going anywhere. And the same experience would be implemented. Launch our widgets. Use, for example, in this case, we would buy, we would allow the customer to buy the missing Ethereum that he needs to complete his transaction. He would buy the missing part, and then he can continue to the swap and do the full amount that he wanted. Another way to build it, you can even show the payment methods that are available for specific fiat currency in specific region, right? Because we all know that, okay, in Europe, we all use cards. Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay is easy. In some geographies like Asia, Africa, South America, there are a lot of local payment methods which people actually prefer, and I mean, there are a lot of unbanked people, not without Visa, MasterCards, but they use local payment methods like Pix in Brazil, GrabPay in Thailand, M-Pesa in Africa, right? So we also provide these options. It means that every person around the world will find the right payment method for him. Another use case here would be like building a native interface like buy-sell buttons, which is the typical use case for many swaps, what I'm starting to see right now. And you can use our API to build this interface yourself, right? Another way of doing this would be, instead of building your own, let's say, interface, just embed our solution into your dApp using iframe, and then again, you would save a lot of development effort. It really depends on what kind of experience you want to get. Quick time to market, use our solution 100%. If you want to build more natively, then use our API, build your own UI UX, and then use us as the last step at the checkout. You offer your standard user interface where you, let's say, allow your customers to swap into any meme coin they want. They would select the meme coin they want, which is trending maybe there are some trends in your app. And then you tell them, okay, if you want to buy this, here we go. Like spend $100 using instant checkout with Apple Pay, make it very simple, and we will take care of the fiat payment. In this case, right, we would provide the right coin for the user to swap from. From your side, since you're providing swaps already, you know what is the cheapest way to get to this meme coin and what is the native asset that customer needs to get to swap, right? Because it could be different chains, different native coins, maybe sometimes the liquidity pool is based with a native like Solana to meme coin, sometimes it's stable coins, it really depends. As a swap protocol, you know exactly what is the cheapest way to get to the meme coin, and then you tell us, okay, this customer needs, let's say, USDC to swap into this specific meme coin because this liquidity pool is the best, the lowest slippage, the best for the customer. So you tell us, purchase USDC for this customer. That's what we're gonna do. Once the crypto ends up in his wallet, we will notify you guys that crypto is purchased, it landed on the wallet of the customer, continue with the swap. So we build it together in a very seamless way. In the end, the experience for the user is like he's really buying any meme coin with Apple Pay in a couple of clicks, and he gets his meme coin delivered to him in a couple of minutes. So basically any crypto wallet, non-custodial crypto wallet with a swap function available, any swap protocol can implement this solution with us in a week, more or less. Next one. This is a very interesting idea that came to me recently, because we all know that in standard Web2 world, you can get, let's say, with your fiat, like 2% API easily, like using Revolut, for example, right? But in crypto, we also know that you can probably safely get 8 to 10% API on stable coins if you lend them somewhere or stake them somewhere. Staking, liquid staking, lending, I mean, a lot of different use cases. But the idea is that currently these services, again, are mainly targeted or used by Web3, native Web3 people. If you start targeting Web2 people and telling them, guys, you can actually get more APY for your dollar or your euro on DeFi, explaining them how to do it. And this is kind of the first step for them to start, right? Because you can tell them, guys, even if you don't have crypto yet, come to us. We will help you to get the first crypto on the fly and stake it right away in our protocol, right? So this way you can implement stake with fiat feature and start marketing Web2 people and help them, earn more money in the way. So basically any staking protocol, any lending protocol, any borrowing protocol, anything about, I see a lot of projects now about yield aggregation, yield generation, AI agents are building to kind of help the customer to find best yields out there. Even if you're targeting Web3 people, right, there are a lot of guys like me who visit the project, see it's interesting, you want to try. That's what we talked on the panel, right? Sometimes people are hesitant to try because they don't know what's going to happen after I stake. Can I get money back? Will it work or not? So you can give them an option to try easily with like $50, $100, instant checkout with Apple Pay, try the project, see how it works, see what kind of rewards they can get. If they like it, they bring more money. Unstake somewhere, move it to your project. As simple as that. Here we have example with JPOL. The guy Switch got interested to build this with us. So we're showcasing the example how we can stake Solana with fiat, basically. We would buy Solana on behalf of you, and it will go immediately to the staking pool, and you get your liquid token back into your wallet. Next use case, bridge with fiat, right? Typical scenario, you want to get specific stablecoin on specific chain because you want to participate in the DeFi project, right? So what you're gonna do, you have like USDC maybe on Ethereum or on one chain that you're using now, or maybe Base, right? And you want to move to, I don't know, Solana, Polygon, Avalanche, whatever. Usually we'll search for bridges, right? So if you have a bridge protocol, right, and you have customers arriving to your website looking for a bridge function, again, you can give them an option to get the right asset on the right chain right away without even bridging, and basically be able to get this token or crypto right away on the right chain. Again, implementing our on-ramp, you would allow the customer to try your service for a small amount very quickly, and again, monetize the people who maybe don't have the asset, right, to swap from, because again, if they need to get stablecoins on specific chain and maybe it's something exotic where maybe there are no on-ramps yet, they will have to buy stablecoin on one chain, then migrate or bridge to another chain with, again, a lot of complexities for the customer. So you can simplify his life by allowing him to buy the right asset on the right chain. Again, it would work in the way that we would take care of the fiat part. You would tell us what is the best, let's say, chain or asset to swap from or to bridge from. We would buy this for the customer, and then you would initiate the bridging protocol right away. In this case, you earn your fees on your existing solution, and you can generate additional revenues from the customer paying fees to us when they make fiat payments. So again, opportunity to bring more people from Web2, and again, opportunity to monetize on your existing user base. Next one is a very interesting solution, because we all know what is, I hope we all know what is OTC. And in this case, it's basically helping not retail customers to get into crypto, but it's helping other businesses. So in your DeFi projects, you might have other companies who are interested in your DeFi project. But again, for the company to buy crypto, it's also difficult. Typically, they go to centralized exchanges. But we all know sometimes that it is very, let's say, confusing or difficult to get onboarded to centralized exchange. And then you, for example, especially if it's large amounts, to get specific crypto on centralized exchange, you need to understand the depths of liquidity pool. You might end up paying like 2-3%, because if you don't know how market orders work, for example. In this case, you get a white label spot price exchange from us for companies, right? This way you can provide, so we call it a white label OTC desk for your business partners to get into crypto exactly on your platform. Right? It means that they don't have to go somewhere else, or you don't have to recommend them some other exchange to buy stablecoins, for example, and you can do it on behalf of your brand. In this case, again, like with the fiat on-ramp for retail customers, we will take care of fiat payments, we will take care of QIB instead of QIC, and we will take care of onboarding the customer. On top of that, we always provide 24/7 support for you as our partner. In case your customers run into trouble, we help them out. So this is example of white label solution, how other companies can build OTC desk using our solution. And the last use case is PayFac. We call it, it's a payment facilitation, right? So if, for example, I saw several use cases already on the conferences. Guys are building AI agents, right? And they want people to pay for prompts, which is kind of not, because you have some resources under it. And they are not yet crypto native or 100% crypto native. The projects, let's say, tell you, okay, buy some credits so you can use for prompts in our AI agents. So this solution would enable such projects to accept, Visa, MasterCard payments from their customers, not selling crypto to them, but just getting payments for their services. So if you're building something for Web3 and you want your customers to pay you like Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard, or some other payment methods, not necessarily buy your token or buy some token on the platform, just accept payments for your services, you can use us for that as well. So Maybe last few things before we go to the technical part, why projects choose us and how do we stand out comparing to other on-ramps. So we have quite a low, I mean, you can always compete on fees. This is what I always tell to my prospective customers. You always can compete on fees, but we're trying to compete not just on fees, but also on features. More payment methods, easier onboarding, better UI UX, which in the end result in a higher conversion rates for your customers and more revenues for you. Okay, now I will give a word to Miroslav, who is VP of Engineering from us. He will now talk more about and showcase how to actually integrate a buy button into your website and how easy it can get.
I work for Paybis for more than 6 years already, and I'm one of the people behind our on-ramp product. So if something doesn't work, I'm probably the one who's lost sleep over it. Okay, so today, of course, my colleague Roman, he will help you with the integration as well. So let's catch up after the presentation. So today I'll walk you through how to integrate a fiat to crypto on-ramp into your project, basically in a way that's fast, secure, and smooth. So let's stick to the agenda. I will talk about two main integration options. So it's standalone and API-based. Then we'll talk about signing and security. And basically, I walk you through what's needed to embed the ramp in your front end. And finally, we'll have a quick demo showing you how to integrate on-ramp into your project in just 5 minutes. So really amazing. So let's start with the standalone. So it's the fastest way to integrate. Basically, you generate an URL with parameters, then you sign it, and basically you're done. You can redirect your users to the ramp or embed it in an iframe. We handle everything else, from KYC to payment to support. Next integration option is API-based. Let's look at it. Here, your backend creates a session using a signed request. Basically, you get a session ID and your frontend loads the ramp using this session ID. This gives you much more control than standalone, but it's a bit complicated integration. So let's compare these two. So standalone, as we figured out, is faster to integrate, and Paybis hosts the whole experience. API-based takes longer time to set up, but it gives you full control over the session, data, and user flow. Security. Security is the key for both options. In standalone, you just sign the URL, and in API-based, you sign the request body. So both methods ensures that the session is authentic, untampered, and tied to your partner credentials. The next thing is, once the session is created, you can embed the ramp inside your front end. You can use our web SDK to control the widget and keep your users in your flow. So everything is handled by the web SDK. No worries, no events to be captured or something. So the SDK provides you access to real-time feedback, like when the user completes transaction or cancels it. And for if you are not familiar or not happy with using, for example, web SDK, you can create your own, let's say, iframe element in your front end. And but you need to consider that there are some requirements. So basically, you need to configure iframe permissions and handle payment gateway events. So it's important. And now let's go to the live part. We'll start with the coding. So for today, I've prepared a link for you. You can basically scan it. So I will give you some seconds to scan it if you want. So it will be a website without, just like a partner website with some backend and our poster. Okay, ready? All right, so here's the website. It doesn't contain anything, but we'll add here a button which opens the widget. Let's refresh it. Nothing's here. Okay, so let's go to the coding session. At first, we need to, as I mentioned before, we need to create a signature. So let's go to our documentation. We've got really great documentation here on docs.payb.is, and we'll go to recipes. So here we'll go to recipe, which called create HMAC. And let's see. So we will need to add dependencies at first. So let's copy this thing and put it here. So we add crypto dependency. Next, we will need to alphabetically sort the query string with query parameters. Let's do it. It's here. Okay, next, we will need to decode the predefined already HMAC secret in base 64 format from environment variable. Let's do it. And then the last thing, we just create signature. And the last thing, we would need to, as here we can see, we have a post method, like an endpoint. So we will need to return these parameters. So let's do it. So it's partner ID and its signature. Okay, let's see. I got speaker here. Yes, looks good. Great. So let's save it. So this is our backend part. And now we will add a button to this page. So at first we will go to our recipes and let's open standalone integration with Web SDK. So we open the recipe and we can see the first thing we should do is to inject Web SDK. Let's do it. We just inject the script. Next thing, we just need to add button. But as of I have my own website, so I have different styles and so on, so I will get it from here. Next, you can see that button has an event on click and it just calls open widget method. So we will need to define it, and it will do something. So I already have some method with just some kind of changing UI, so it's okay. And now we will attach a handler to it. So basically we will need to call the script, call the backend, and then we should get the partner ID and signature we just configured before. So let's just copy it. We'll just put in here, like that. We will just change the endpoint path, if I remember it correctly, so it will be this. Let me check. Yeah, great. So next, we're good to go. So let's deploy our changes, and after kind of 20 seconds we can refresh the page and it will work, hopefully. Okay, we got our button here appeared, and let's rest. Interesting. Unfortunately, gods of demo are cruel. So let's see what we can do here. Debug. I think I must be failed with this. Let's recheck it. Maybe it's no, it's good. Here, let's check the code. Partner ID. T. All good. Let's deploy it one more time. It just happens.
Two hands.
Oh, okay, yeah, please.
Let's see if it's the second hand will help now.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. Yeah, okay. So it's almost here.
We are recording this. Tell to the guys who are watching it, how do you debug as well?
Mm-hmm.
So people
Yeah.
integrate us, understand.
Yeah, sure. But gods of demo are, yeah, cruel, so. Okay.
Wow.
Hope so, hope so. Okay, we're good now. That's great. So, and now let's try to make a transaction. Why not?
Yeah. Let's buy some.
Okay, okay, guys. So, I will copy the address and we will buy some Ethereum. Yeah.
That's what the conference.
Okay, let's spend some money.
Yeah. Check the price, guys, and the changes. It's gonna go up now.
Okay, so I will input the address. Oh, I've got some data here. Let's use it.
The card we used before.
Yep, exactly.
Don't remember his.
Yeah, sure. Please don't. All right. And starting from this moment, basically in a couple of seconds, great, thank you. So in a couple of seconds, we'll have our crypto, transfer. So let's proceed with 3DS and give it a second. The payment has been processed, and in a couple of seconds we'll get.
Well, there are a lot of steps to check when the customer is making the payment. Okay, it's so fast. I couldn't even explain it. That's good. We are processing cars this fast, even faster than this. Congratulations.
Thank you, Konstantin. Thank you guys, and I hope you really like this presentation. It was real, it was live coding, everything happens. So just debugging and working on it. So see you, catch up, and if you want to integrate our widget, our on-ramp in your own project, please guys come to me or Roman and we'll help you, and we'll resolve all this. Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.